They say that I am English, and they say that I am British. They say I am European, yet not in their union. And they say that I am a woman, a white woman, and for that I should be proud or punished, burnished by bias or by bigotry. Some say these are the things that make us we. But above all, they say I should know what all this means to me, this carving up of my identity. My statistical anatomy has been accounted for. Every inch of me counted for the doomsday of entropy. Our lives are defined by the lines we divide, born to a place and told to call it home. Home is where the heart is, they say. Home is where we belong. But this place where I was born seems more of belongings than belonging. And so I find myself longing for a place undefined by the lines drawn on a map or the deeds written in the blood of conquest. God save the king who owns everything, for it was not begotten peacefully, a fact not to be forgotten easily. But how to separate cultural identity from political ideology is a mystery. But these are the days of culture wars, where words are swords and online forums match the House of Lords in a system built on acquisition and rivalry, the refinery of the binary us and them, the Bethlehem of the ivory tower. But not all culture is a medium of power. It can also be a mode of resistance, the insistence to know thyself in relation to something else. So I'm looking to the history of embodied ancestry to face the contradictory fluency of what it means to be English. It was the end of an empire. Abandoned cities crumbled to lowly heaps of stone. The bright halls and bathhouses damp with rot. The rich villas and frescoed walls wasting away. The roads and bridges fallen to silence and decay. Grasses grew tall in the desolate streets of the desolate towns, now the hunting grounds of wolves and ravens and ghosts. The eternal empire, presiding since the dawning of days, had fallen. And as Rome fell, Britannia was left to waste and ruin. It was to these lands, ravaged by plague and famine, tormented by warlords and wintry blizzards, that the English came, cleaving the surging salt sea and stitched boats and fury, the immigrants of the Dark Ages. But they did not come here to take jobs. The English came for plunder and slaughter, and in the end, they came to conquer. So who can tell me, do we really belong here? I went to the fields to ask the dew-bright earth. I went to the forest to ask the trees and the sweet cold streams. I went to the hills the hills wherein lie the bones of my blood, and I slept beneath the open sky and listened. I listened to the wavering moonbeams. I listened to the rapturous shriek as the candle of the world was lit. I listened to the sonorous lament of the ancient stones. I listened to their stories. I listened to the stories of the land. I listened to their stories. I listened to the stories of the land. Stories of holy women talking to birds, of warriors becoming black dogs, of saviors and of demons, twisting me and dancing me and asking me, what will our stories be? What will be the stories of these days? What will they say of us, the ancestors to the future, in 1,000 years' time?